Biggest show we've ever done. It's Kevin Hart.
The one thing you guys should definitely realize, Dwayne would never do this. And I'm not calling him a bad person, but.
Do you think you missed a major shot when you lost Entourage to Bow Wow?
Absolutely. Who knows where I would be if I
Come on. Who knows where you could have been?
I thought I was tall, so I got around tall people. My crew was all the same size. I was like, this is good. And then I got around tall people. I was like, oh, shit.
Have you heard about men getting 4-inch leg extensions? And then are you considering that?
No, it's the stupidest shit
We're doing
ever.
it.
Nobody's going to think you had a growth spurt.
We did have a great time. I love Saudi.
Yeah, that Saudi's great. Almost, I mean, like, Saudi is dope, and so is South Africa, where Prime just launched.
Damn, I was the only one that clapped.
Prime's now in Checkers in South Africa. We finally
Dude.
Whoa!
Dude. Man.
Whoa! Come on in, bro.
I wasn't expecting him to look that cool in real life,
looks
bro.
fucking cool.
He just set up a competitive brand. I'm not even fucking lying, dude.
Did you? He set up a competitive brand. That's the first thing he did.
This is starting so bad.
Kevin.
Hey, Kev.
Let's go.
What's up, man?
How y'all doing?
Good, man. Thanks for coming on our show.
I
Mr.
get-
Hart.
Do I have any? I left my Grand Coromino. Did I have it?
Well, he's missing something.
I got to give them that. Don't worry. I'll give them cases of it. I'm fine. I think I'm settled.
Is it alcohol?
I think I am. I think I'm settled. Yes, I'm ready though. Okay. Why you got this upside? You know I was fucking coming. Why didn't you do this? What's going on?
Ice Cube was wearing those headphones before you.
Yeah.
What's happening? I mean, it's
Ice Cube's-
set up
Kevin?
for a much bigger man. What are you guys doing?
It was Ice Cube. It was Ice Cube. He's not that much bigger.
Okay.
He said you owe him money,
you owe him
Kevin.
$1,
Hart.
Kevin.
$1.
He said he wants you to wire him $1.
I probably do. By the way, you've never talked to like a nicer person in the world. He's nothing like you would expect, is he?
Not
No, he
really.
wasn't.
He's
Not
nothing
at
like
all.
you would expect.
Dude,
wasn't.
we asked him what he likes to do in his spare time. He said, think of other stuff to do.
Yeah.
Like, it was just such an answer. I didn't even know where to go with it, bro.
I don't even know what your conversation was about, but I know Cube so well. Cube may be one of the most genuine, kindest spirits that you can be around. He wants nothing but good for other people. He loves to see the people around him succeed. And he's such a creative mind, man.
Damn.
Like that's all he does. Like he loves the foundation of creativity. And one of the most professional people I've worked with on the set.
Damn,
crazy. He was just-
he
he
did
had
not
nothing
talk
to
about
say
you
that
like
about
that.
you.
Yeah, it was
Really?
like the exact
None of the
opposite.
Are you sure? Did you guys ask him like good questions?
No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Yeah.
Our show is shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be the interview.
But he
Cube-
said y'all were real tight at one point,
Yeah.
and then you became friends with The Rock, and you just forgot about him completely.
That's why you owe him $1. He said.
Yeah.
this is ridiculous.
That's what he said. He
This is
said
ridiculous. What are you talking about? Cube is one of my best friends in the business. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that about me and Cube. Dude, before we start, man, I want to say congrats. I don't just come and sit and not taking advantage or an opportunity to say actually why I'm here. I'm here because like you guys are doing dope shit. I'm a fan of the podcast.
Thanks, man.
I'm a fan of the platform. I'm a fan of the success. And I love the fact that you came and that you did cold as balls, man. And I believe like good business is good relationships. So this is a relationship move. This is me showing you that I didn't forget our beginning stages of how we got to the place of just camaraderie and having an understanding of, hey, Kev, can you do this thing? Sure, Logan, can you do this thing? And it's continuing. And I think like that shit evolves. And over the course of time, you look up.
Kev,
you'll be doing some dope shit.
Appreciate the shit out of you, dude. I mean it. Now it's my turn. You are the most genuine, down-to-earth, humble guy. For your amount of success, it makes no sense. And when I came on Cold as Balls and I mentioned coming on the podcast and you said, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. You know?
Really?
I mean,
You have a lot of that. You do that a lot.
what? Doubt?
That doubt thing. You do that a lot. Like
know.
every time we talk, there's a moment, and I go, "Why would you think that?" And you go,
I don't know. Sometimes, what? Actually, we talked about this on the show.
Yes.
You know how sometimes people be like, yo, like, let's swap numbers. Like, I'll give him my number out of pity.
Yes.
You'll just tell him
No.
No.
"Yeah, I have no interest." Why, Kev? Well, I'm at a
you're-
point in my life where I'm not looking for new numbers in my phone.
Yeah. You're honest. You're honest with me, and you've always been honest with me and open to me too, man. Like the first video we made, the dab is dead, back in Hawaii.
Yes.
I was like, yo, Kev, I need you to just like dab. We're going to walk around this hotel for 45 minutes. And you trusted me. Some fucking internet kid with this stupid, silly idea. 75 million views later.
You don't know what you don't know.
First collab.
Off the bat, did it sound like lightning in a bottle? Absolutely not.
Stupid ass video.
Kev, we're going to touch our forehead 86 times.
Yep.
And we're going to do it as fast as we can.
Yeah.
All right, I guess, man. How long is it going to take? That's my big thing. How long is this shit going to take? But dude, I love like thinking about like the times then. And I love seeing you become the massive success that you are. But I hope people really follow the story and understand like the real underlying like thread, man. You're just a serial entrepreneur.
Serial killer.
And fucking an entrepreneur. Like entrepreneurs just don't like the word no, or they don't like to be told about the things they can't do. So they find a hell of a lot of ambition in like achieving the things that they aren't supposed to achieve. Yeah. And like I hope your following, your fans embrace that the most. Like that's the dopest thing about you and your brother. And here just all of this shit. Like it's not written, and you guys are writing like your own thing.
It's crazy, bro. I don't know what's going on, Kev, but I do look to people like you and Dwayne even, and you guys kind of paved the blueprint for the lack of blueprint that exists now in this world that we're doing. I mean, bro, you're an icon. You're probably one of the biggest stars in the world right now. Definitely the biggest guest we've ever had on Impulsive, and the fact that you're gracing us with your time. I mean, if this doesn't go unnoticed by me.
I appreciate it. I mean,
look,
the one thing you guys should definitely realize, I think the one thing that we should just clear up right away is Dwayne would never do this because he's not the same type of person, right? Yeah. And I'm not calling him a bad person in no way, shape, or form, but right, like you guys, like we're saying stuff without saying.
But I feel like
you know who I also just got off the phone with before you got here, Dr. Pat.
I love Dr. Pat.
Sports Rehab. Yeah. Dude, I found his, when you got in that car accident.
That's who got me back.
Right?
That's who got, like, single-handedly, that's who got me back.
You were in the hospital for 10 days?
I was in the hospital for 14. Jeez. 14 days. And they wanted me to go through, like, the rehabilitation in the hospital. And, as a guy who prides himself on being physically fit, when you're at a point of having no control, where you really see your body go back to ground zero, the trust in who you're going to attach yourself to get you back up to the space of good is important. So Dr. Pat, man, Dr. Pat I've been with Dr. Pat for years, and I called him and I was like, dude, I don't want to go to like a sports rehab center where there are levels below what you are and what you've done. I would much rather you and I start at ground zero, be honest with me about how weak, how bad, so that I got my stages of growth. Because, the hospital talk is different. And the people there, the therapists and stuff, in their rehab centers are just different. And there's a different level of patience. There's a different level of understanding. And it's all very minimal to a certain degree because, they want to make sure that you're careful. So I wanted to be in a space of comfort to be minimal. And with somebody that I knew me, understood my body, and would understand the injury. And Dr. Pat did a fucking phenomenal job, man. Like
it was scary. Dude.
Awesome.
We were worried. We were worried about
scary is an understatement. I mean, you talking about, I remember like it got to the point where you have the light bulb of, oh fuck, like the things that you don't really think too much about. When you can't do them anymore, it's catastrophic. I'm talking taking a sock on and off. I'm talking about, the putting a belt on or lifting up a bowl or play, like the things that you just do and you have no idea or mindset of how fortunate you are to be able to do them. It's a real fucking shell shock.
What's that?
Man.
What's that saying? A healthy man wishes for a million things, an unhealthy man wishes for just one.
One, yeah.
Isn't it crazy how much you take shit for granted until you're laying in that bed, looking at that doctor, looking at that nurse, putting the tubes in you and all that
You've
shit.
never been more accurate.
Speaking of which, Jamie Foxx, our thoughts are with him.
Absolutely.
Crazy situation over the past couple weeks with Jamie's health. Have you heard anything about his situation?
I mean, I've heard things, but I wouldn't, I think I'm very fortunate to have the relationship that I have with Jamie and to be able to just check on him and stuff like that. So, they're being tight and for reasons just about where he is, because Jamie's always been a private person to a certain degree. But, I think the dope thing is that he's getting better in his situation. And, everybody's prayers, everybody's love, energy, all that stuff is seen and felt. So in this case, man, you just want the guy to get out of the situations and then get back home. I don't know the details or the exact details as to what's going on, but to my knowledge is there is a lot of progression and the world of better, man. So, my love, synergy, energy goes out to him. He's needed. He's necessary. I know that he knows that. And, I know that he feels that because there's been an outcry and outpour of support in this regard. So I can only hope that it continues.
Tragedy sucks, dude. Tragedy sucks. And he's obviously hopefully getting the operations he needs to be back to you did as well. You might want to go to Kevin's next comedy show. Why would you not? He's hilarious. Well, that's good news because today's sponsor is SeatGeek. We love you, SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events every single day on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports festivals, and more. Kevin's Heartbeat Comedy and Music Festival is going down July in Las Vegas. So peep SeatGeek for the best tickets. They put all the tickets from across the web in one place to make sure you're getting a good deal. Each ticket is graded to make sure you get a good deal. Look for the green dots. Green means good. Red means bad. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and SeatGeek is the only site that lets you return your tickets ahead of the event with swaps. And I came through for you guys. We got my code Logan, $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with the promo code Logan. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. Now, back to the show, man. Speaking of operation surgery and stuff, have you heard about men getting the 4-inch leg extensions?
I have.
And then are you considering that?
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know.
In general or just with that specific?
No, I just want to, what the fuck is going on in general? There's, at some point, we got to hold the right people accountable. Yeah. And it's the doctors at this point. I don't know what you're doing to sell that you can pull all this shit off. I don't understand the confidence and comfort that you have in delivering these messages. All I gotta do is take your fibula and
add bone,
extend. And I can add bone. Listen, it's easy. When you're saying shit I can open your hips up and I can add. You don't need this bone here. So what I can do, I'm gonna take it from here. I'll put it right here. I can extend.
People are doing it.
No, it's the stupidest shit ever.
People are doing it.
You're jeopardizing
everything.
What? By the way, nobody's gonna think you had a growth spurt. You clearly got the work done. This is what I'm saying. People are losing their fucking minds.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
They're here. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their lives. It's your life. All right. And we only get one to my knowledge, right? Now there may be more. Let's say there are more, right? And spiritual versions or whatever. Okay, great. But to my knowledge, you get the one. Live it however the fuck you want. Do with it what you may. With the part that makes me go wow is when people get the shit and they just show up. Everybody's not gonna go, hey man, what the fuck did you just do?
You have hair. You have hair now.
Yeah, you didn't. I was just with you yesterday. You didn't ball this shit. You were 6'6". It's the surprise factor in the immediate want for the attention that's attached to that. And I really hope and pray that this thing of just acceptance or looking for it from others calms a little bit, right? To where we're not worried as much about the words or the side of acceptance from people you don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Or people that have no value to you, your life. Like looking for from the shit that don't matter, I hope calms a little bit because this thing, like the motherfuckers getting their knees extended or whatever.
Yeah, but that's nothing's gonna change there because that concept of wanting to be accepted for vanity stats in life, like height and all that shit, is not new. It's just more under a magnifying glass now because of social media. You know what I'm saying? But since the beginning of time, people always wanted to be the tallest, the richest.
I've never wanted to be tall.
Really?
Never.
It never affected you ever in your life?
At one point, I mean, I thought I was tall until I got around tall people. My crew was all the same size. I was like, this is good. Like, we killing it. And then I got around tall people. I was like, oh, shit. Well, this is different. Well, the NBA ain't happening. But I think there's perks and benefits for wherever you are. Like, wherever you sit, stand, there's perks and benefits.
What's one of the perks of being like not as?
What did you say? The fuck did you just?
What did you say?
What did you just say?
Do you want? I'm not trying to.
What did you say?
Because that's our guest.
Yeah, what the fuck just happened? Like we were on a roll, and then you called me. What?
Well, I just said I was gonna say a fan of sheep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
What's one of the perks of being a fan of sheep?
The biggest perk, the biggest perk to being a 5'5" male is the clothes. My access to fucking clothes is ridiculous.
You could go to Baby Gap and get.
Well, that's aggressive. Okay, what you just did is very aggressive.
I'm sorry.
What you just did. Okay, I'm just talking about the opportunity to be fashionable and have an abundance of choices. It's ridiculous. I love the world of clothes.
Do you have a stylist?
I do have a stylist.
You probably got a
Ashley
big,
North.
a big
Shout out
ass
to
team.
Ashley North. I have a team. I have a nice team. It takes a village. You don't have a team?
For your empire, I mean, you got an empire, dude, and you do so much.
Yeah.
Do you still consider yourself a comedian first and foremost?
It's a fucking good question. Good for you, Logan. I am a comedian first. There is a massive world that the world of comedy presented to me and for me. So my commitment to comedy is there forever, but now I'm 43 and there's a broad overview that I have on just business and entertainment. So I try to think of things on a larger scale, right? And what used to be the thought of like one thing and one thing only is now a thought, well, how does this thing help this thing and how does this thing create a better opportunity for this
Like
thing?
an ecosystem.
Yeah, that's so now I'm more focused on the world of the ecosystem, the brand of the ecosystem, the business and the opportunities that can come from the ecosystem. I'm more focused on the team, the corporation, the people that work underneath the corporation's umbrella, the jobs that the corporation are providing for others. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, it's now a thought. That's under the thought.
Entertainment mastery.
That's where
you're
it is.
You're at your like grandmaster status. It sounds like
I'm in the beautiful mind stage where I can see how everything is starting to formulate and go together.
Yeah.
And it's all about the execution of it. And the one thing that I've realized now, and I love to echo it, is the best way to get to any place of value is understanding that you can't be the best person or the smartest person. You have to move yourself out of the way and allow other people to show their value, their talents. And that's how empires grow. That's how opportunities continue to come in, and companies start to exceed expectations. It's riding off of the backs of the creatives, the heads of the CEOs, CFOs. There's so many minds that you have to invest in and ultimately be comfortable sitting at a table with and going, how are we going to make this thing better? And as a leader, the thing that you try to lead on the most is showing that you're willing to be a part of a team. and that you don't have to control and operate everything. And when people kind of piggyback off of that, it gets dope.
Was that easy for you to like accept the idea of having other people like jump into what you might have believed at one point to be like your shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it always easy to delegate and to like sit at a table with other people and give that type of responsibility away as a creative? That's not always the easiest thing.
No, because it's not easy. I mean, dealing with people is not easy, right? Like not dealing with a lot of personalities. Like everybody has a want, a need, an opinion, a feeling, frustration, or not, right? Like everybody has something that will ultimately present itself to be a problem. And in the beginning stages, you want to combat things. You want to argue and you want to stand on the ground of this is my shit. And if you're not a part of my shit, then you don't need to be here with my, like, those are the younger, immature stances. And then as you grow, you start to figure out other ways to communicate, other ways to align yourself with other people. And then you also got to start to humble yourself a little bit.
I was going to say, so just the way you're talking and knowing your career, like you have had the, what I'm going to call now, privilege of being humbled a couple times.
A couple?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple? Shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
life as we
count.
said on Cold as Balls, has, smacked us both in the dick a couple times.
But you need it.
You need it.
Like, we live in a time now where people are so taken back by the mistake. How could, what? You're fired, motherfucker. You should never work again. Life for you stops at the age 28.
Oh, that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
like, if you just zoom out for 1 second, like, oh my God, that's so dumb.
It's so ridiculous. Like, the beauty of talking to an older individual, and I've said this before, if you are lucky enough to have older people around you, take advantage of just sitting there and listening. And what you'll find when you listen, there's not only dope stories, there's a dope, like, fucking overview of life and life and the different levels that life presented that individual, good, bad, ugly, but somehow they made it to the age whatever. When we're acting as if at these young ages we have life figured out and we don't need this shit up here. We don't need your knowledge, your information, your opportunities, your longevity. We don't need it because right here today, we deem this as a no mistake fucking zone. Like it's the most ridiculous thing. And I think, now there's a nice calm that presented itself. And also, you have to be able to look from both POVs, right? Like one thing that I got real good at is I don't just expect people to see my point of view. I'm fortunate enough to be able to see your point of view and my point. Like, I can look from both ways.
And feel it, probably.
I've been on both sides.
Yeah.
So I don't think that I have to be right all the time. I don't think that I know everything. I remember what it was like when I felt I did. I know the consequences that came from that. Mm-hmm. We have to be comfortable with understanding that we don't know everything. And sometimes it's good to put ourselves in a position to learn more. And in learning more, sometimes you should forgive more. And forgiving more, sometimes it can create an opportunity for better shit to happen. Some people don't deserve the second opportunity because the thing could be so drastic. And the level of attention and the spotlight that has been shined on some have changed and redirected a stance in culture, in corporation, in the road to equality, how we talk and treat our women. Like, a lot of things now are changing for the better, but it's because of the spotlight, which is a great thing. But everything doesn't deserve the same energy. Everything isn't the same problem.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So finding that balance, I think, is where people now are trying to get. And that board that we're standing on is just one, it's not even. But I promise you, if we embrace more the opportunity of people are going to fuck up, people are going to go do stupid shit. Every person isn't the worst person that does it. Some people honestly are wrong space, wrong time, wrong feeling, wrong mindset. Wrong surroundings. You know what I mean?
Zoom out. It sounds like
once in a while you have to.
Yeah.
I remain optimistic that we're kind of heading there. Anyways, I feel better about, like, cancel culture and all that
Yeah.
shit now. You know,
Yeah.
I think people are understanding how humans are more now than ever, and we fuck up, man.
Yeah.
You know, we make mistakes. It's inevitable. Every person in this room has made plenty of errors, and every person watching this will make plenty of errors.
Isn't that why you have parents? Like the parents are supposed to be there
Yeah.
for the younger people
You
to
know-
say, hey, don't do this because this is what's going to happen.
The thing is, some people, like myself especially, we got to touch that stove.
Yeah.
You know, stove's hot.
Yeah.
I think most people.
But I
have
got to see if the stove's hot. Man. I got to get in there.
I mean, but here's the thing. You're talking about touching your stove. Well, you didn't touch the stove necessarily in your house that you saw every day because your parents were there. But then when you go to another place and there's a stove and nobody's there to not tell you to touch the stove, well, you know what? My mom and dad ain't fucking here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over here and touch this fucking stove. I'm tired of people telling me not to touch the fucking stove. So it's about the things that you, like, what are you okay or not okay with that you start to make the decision of chance on, right? Like, what is your version of chance? And when you do take those versions of chance, you know, just like a fucking game, and just because it's basketball season, just using it as an analogy, every shot you take ain't going in. It don't necessarily mean they were all the worst shots. They weren't all the worst shots, but some of those shots that you felt were good shots didn't go in. People go, why the fuck did you shoot it? Well, you thought I shot it because I thought I was going to miss it? Nobody thinks they're going to fucking miss. Nobody takes the shot to intentionally say, man, I fucked that off on purpose. Like, every shot is taken with the intent of making it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think when you understand that sometimes we're like scolding people for the thing that they thought ultimately had a good outcome behind it, can be wrong at times.
Do you think you missed a major shot when you lost the role on Entourage to Bow Wow?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every role I fucking lost, I think was a major shot. Who knows where I would be if I had got
Does that one sting a little bit? Does that one still?
Who knows where you could have
Who
been?
knows where the fuck I would be if I had got that role? You got,
Dude, I
you got
read
no idea.
that. I read that in the PDF.
You got no idea where the
That
fuck I could be.
you were upset because you lost it to Bow Wow
It's
in
a true
Entourage.
story.
I didn't know. So that hurt at the
This is
time.
a true story, yes.
Well, come on, it's one of the greatest shows.
And
It's a great show.
And by the way, this is nothing against Bow Wow. Like, Bow Wow was hot as fuck at the time. Phenomenal actor. Like, you know, he had a lot of shit going on. But Entourage was cracking.
Yeah.
This show was everything. It was like, this show, if you didn't know anything about LA, you based everything you thought off of Entourage.
Yeah.
It was my college course to come to LA. I didn't know anything about this place. Jeff, my manager right there, goes, just watch your Entourage. And
I mean, it's very true.
learned everything I need to know.
One of the best, like, the show is so well casted, man. Sheila Jaffe, shout out to Sheila Jaffe too. I remember
Shout out Sheila
man.
Jaffe.
Sheila Jaffe,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Sheila Jaffe gave me some of like my first roles in the beginning. Like, you know, I don't forget shit. But this here, she had bought me in. She didn't get this to me though. So maybe I should take the shout out back, Sheila. I'm joking. But like the show, the reason why I say it was well casted, man, because these guys grounded it, right? Like that world that Mark basically highlighted that mimicked his world of success, you know, they grounded it. So as funny and crazy as it was, I just wanted to be on the fucking show. And this role came up and I was like, oh my God, I gotta get this. If I get this, holy shit, man, like, I'm out of here if I get this. Like, this is it. I need this. Like, I was at the point in my career where everything was like, this is gonna fucking,
This will be the one.
this is the one. If I get this. And I didn't get it, man. And I'll never forget. I remember watching it and I saw Bow Wow doing the lines and I was like, damn, that was good. I was like, that was pretty fucking good. I get it. Yeah. I see why. He gave a better read. He gave a much better read. So I didn't get the part. Yeah, that's my Entourage story.
Did you have a moment though? I mean, we're laughing about having the "this is it" moment, and I even looking back have a hard time figuring out when you went from the dude in 40-Year-Old Virgin, like that comedian, the funny comedian, to that's Kevin fucking Hart. Was it maybe spurred by social media? You started going crazy viral.
I know the moment.
What was
I know
it?
the material. I know the exact thing. And this is what, like, you can't prepare for the thing because you don't know that the thing is going to be there. You're preparing to just be ready for the opportunity when it presents itself. And that is staying in the gym, the acting classes, or being on stage as much as you possibly can. Getting a tight set, staying true to having a tight set. I'm going to work on it all the time. And the reason why you're committing to that, because you don't know when the thing is. So the preparation for the thing is really camouflage because your preparation is just the consistency in saying, I'm just working as hard as I can to tighten up everything I have for if I ever get called for what the thing is going to be.
You're ready.
Staying
ready.
To be ready. But I don't know what the fuck it's for. But if that thing come, I'm knock it out the park.
You stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
What the fuck is it? Does anybody know what it is? Nobody's got an answer.
Yeah.
Everybody just keeps saying, you just got to be ready. For what? Like, what is it? I'll never forget it. I got asked to do Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam. And Jeff Flanagan was one of the producers for it. Shaq, of course, it was his. And at the time, we were like touring. And he was like, Kev, can you do it? And I was like, man, I'm supposed to shoot my special, like, coming up. And he was like, dude, just like, we just do it during All-Star Weekend. We're going to shoot it as a special. Just do like 15 minutes or something. And I was like, I don't know, man, because I want to save it for my special. And I was going to film, I think I was about to film Seriously Funny. I was about to film Seriously Funny at the time. Yeah, Grown Little Man, Seriously Funny. Yeah, I was about to film Seriously Funny after. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. And I didn't really care that much about it. I looked at it like I'm going to throw some material, like just in the wind that was kind of like leftover material. Man, I go and I do this shit and I say goodnight. Crowd goes crazy, an amazing set. When I watched it, I closed out the special, but when I said goodnight, they put the goodnight in slow motion. For the people watching this podcast, go look up Kevin Hart, Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam, and go to How I Departed the Stage. When I say goodnight in slow motion, they had me put up a peace sign, and I walk off the stage in like this slow motion, dramatic like effect. They didn't do it for like none of the other comics. It was the way that they were just wrapping up the special. So this wasn't necessarily like the launch pad for Kevin. It was them trying to put a dramatic, dope effect on this episode of Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam, volume, whatever. They've done several. Yeah. But this moment, that slow motion, that walk-off, the shit hit Showtime and fucking boomed. I mean, took the fuck off.
Wild.
This is when social media was starting like to not like go crazy, but it was like people were on social media. You had things that you could like talk on and stuff. Oh my God. This conversation about me and comedy and Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam. Wow, that's crazy. Keep in mind, I didn't care about that because I'm about to tape my special. Hence, I taped my special.
It just went off.
Everybody was teed up to watch Seriously Funny because the Shaq All-Star Comedy Jam got everybody's attention. The slow motion made it, oh God, that's the, oh shit. Then Seriously Funny came out and then it was over.
But then what you got like 150 million Instagram followers. Like, who are these people? Where are they coming from?
I mean, over the course of a year.
Are they bots?
Well, I mean, I'm not on there checking for bots and stuff, so I don't even know how to find out if they were bots.
I feel like they're bots.
I mean, if they're bots, I guess they're bots. The beauty of social media is at this point, you just have a direct line of communication to the people that have supported you. But my approach to social media is now different. Like, I'm nowhere near the social media person that you are. I got tons of, I probably got like 260 million total followers, but I'm not as engaging and knowledgeable as you are with how you approach it. At this point, I have to go and get people to put around me to help me think about the way to engage with the demographic today because it's not the same of old. It's not just about yo, hey, and holding the fucking view, the phone like this. Hey, y'all already know what it is. Hey, y'all see it? Pancakes, eating that's not it anymore. It's like it's a fucking business for so many, and it's a well manicured thing that people navigate and operate to the highest levels. So now it's like, my fan base, well, what am I talking about and when am I talking about it? I go less now so that when I do have something to talk about, it can be, I can make it a thing. Quality. But but it's like I don't have the bandwidth to do it at the level that I once did. So those followers and everything over the years, that's just people that are just supporting the journey of the career, and the numbers just keep growing. Because I'm still doing movies, I'm still touring. That's the part that I'm in love with the most. It's like, fuck, man, when do your numbers go down on the road? That's the scary part as an artist. Like, that's the real tell. Like, oh man, fuck, I done put these tickets on sale. Boy, they ain't moving at all, huh? Y'all say, did we announce it? We did? Okay. Did y'all put it up on Twitter?
The baby sold more tickets.
I mean, shit, if that starts cracking, that's your insight. But I mean, dude, this may have been like my biggest fucking touring. I've been touring at the highest level of arenas, I don't know, what, 10 years now? 10, 12 years?
It's wild, Kev.
It's stupid.
I was just in Riyadh, and I saw you do your set there, and I was curious to see if you still had it in the stand-up arena, because you are so fucking busy. You go from movie to fucking podcast / Cold as Balls with that format, running your social media, I'm sure, with the team, but still to business, like everything. And I don't know how you do all of it and then still do all of it at the highest level. Most people can't do one of those things at the highest level.
Well, that's what this special is. This special was just to like hush the murmur.
No, that's what it did. It was great. I didn't say it was great. I saw it. I walked out and I was like, holy fucking shit, that guy's good.
Yeah,
that
this one
hilarious.
And here's the crazy thing about performing in Riyadh, right? Riyadh. So, there's one thing to make sure I say this correctly so people can like really understand it. All right, so in stand-up comedy, it's like, what do you want? What are you trying to do? Like, what is your thing? And what, like, within the thing that you think you have, how are you going to grab it? When I look at Chris Rock, when I look at Dave Chappelle, I'm just using them as two examples, right? They both do two different things extremely well. You're looking at two guys that have been a topic in conversation through the duration of their careers, right? Who constantly recreate themselves and put out an hour of material. By the way, groundbreaking. And not only put out an hour of material, a distinctive version of an hour of material. And Dave's approach to doing his material is one of not just art, but Dave is not afraid to stand in the fire, address the climate, the temperature of the climate, and the context and how he's being perceived and how he wants to be perceived. He's not afraid to do that. Both can be political, but extremely clever in how they deliver the messages, right? Chris, at the same time, has thrown like this edgy take to family household problem, like bad problems, but I'm okay with talking about them because now that I'm who I am today, I'm a different man than I was. It's a rebuilding. He's always redefining, rebuilding, but still inclusive and insightful as to what is happening today. My shit was, I said, yo, I want to appeal to the world. How do I get to the world? How do I build the fucking brand in comedy that allows me to travel the world and put me in a place where I don't have to change? By world, I do mean fucking world. You're talking about me being over there in fucking Saudi. not adapting, not conforming, not changing.
I wasn't sure if they were going to understand your jokes or even be allowed to laugh at some of them.
Change a thing.
Yeah.
And you can go from Bahrain to Germany, Australia. I mean, you go down the list. Like when I say the goal is to make the world laugh, that's the goal. So to get and obtain that world of brand likability, you have to appeal to the world. You have to appeal to the mass brand-like partners, producers that can put you on the biggest platforms to light up the room, to get in the room. So my plan to get there, it was well orchestrated. Like it's not a fucking accident. So in doing it, my choice was go heavy family, go heavy kids.
Human.
Everybody has it, Kevin. Let's hone in on this. As you do that, the world that grew with you and that watched you from the beginning, well, some of that world will go, oh my God, man, it's fucking, he ain't the same, the edge. Where the fuck is it at, man? He ain't doing. Well, you're not privy to the big picture, the big goal. And by the way, that's not a you problem. That's just you not knowing what I want, what I'm going after. So after getting there, I said, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me just give a reminder and just show you that, like, whenever I want, that flick of a switch can be turned on. Like, it's not an accident that the comedians or performers that do it at a certain level, that it's only a small group that operate at that level. Like, it's not an accident.
Yeah.
Like, they're very honed in on their craft. They know what they're doing. Male, female, the conglomerates that share a high level of success, they know how to operate. And I can go down a list. There's a list of a good 20 that operate at the highest level every fucking year. And people come out to see them every fucking year. It's because that foundation, that goddamn audience, they're married to them. They're not going anywhere because they've grown with them. That's what comedy does. So occasionally, you give the insight in the moment of a reminder. And that's what this one is. This is a reminder.
It's so good.
That's what this one
man,
is.
your dad, the bits about your father.
So true, man.
Come on, man.
What do you what do you
So
prefer to do? Do you prefer to be the edgy Kevin Hart, or do you prefer to be the global, relatable Kevin Hart? Because, for example, you brought up Dave. Me and Logan have both had on separate occasions the fucking luxury, the blessing to be able to spend 5 or 6 hours with Dave on random nights. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's a wild man. That man is wild. He is a wild man. And when he goes on stage, it's basically he's the same off stage as he is on stage.
Yes.
He's a loose cannon.
Yes.
So question number 1 is, which one do you prefer? And question number 2, am I ever going to be hanging out with you 4 a.m. Brisbane, random nightclub with a bunch of like strange type people?
Yeah,
or
no.
is that not going to happen?
It'll never happen. Let's just nip that in the bud right now. It'll never happen. By the way, it means I'm on drugs. If I'm there, I'm at rock bottom. Okay.
Dave made a career out of it.
Here's what Dave is. Here's what Dave does. And this is what Dave can do. And this is why you gotta love Dave, right? Fucking he's my brother. Like, he's not even a friend. Dave is my fucking brother in this thing called comedy. He's so smart. He positioned himself in the business to not be a work for hire, be a partner, control the entity and the only entity that he cares about most, which is the entity of crowd engagement. My live performance, he controls it. He puts up shows when he wants to. He controls that tour and business, 95%. I'm willing to bet he's partnering with Live Nation and they still get a small piece, but that's just because of the overall business and the relationship between Chappelle and Live Nation throughout the years. So he allows them to come in and still have that business, but Dave controls that. He can do it whenever he wants. Nobody else can control that. Dave doesn't have the worry of studio saying we're not going to book you and do movies with you, We're pulling your book from the shelves. We're not going to air your television program, etc. We're not doing the branding partnership. We're pulling you from the NBA and all the sponsorship. He's not a part of that. He has no desire to be. So the one partnership that he made and that was in his best interest was one that came from years of like friendship and building. So the Netflix and Chappelle relationship is one that I love and value because that's a true relationship. That's not we're in this based off of what some say and what some may not say. We understand one another and we're best for each other because we understand each other. I don't have that luxury, right? Like JP Morgan Chase, DraftKings, I mean, C4, Hydro, Fabletics, and that's just me throwing a couple out. I can go down the list between Netflix, NBC Universal, Peacock, Sam's Club.
You got partners.
I mean, I have a lot of partners. Roku. I mean, I have tons of partners. And I say partners because these aren't like work for hires. We're in relationships where my interest is your interest and your interest is my interest. Audible, same. Like there's a list and I'm committed to the relationship and the growth behind it. So right now, my resume underneath the corporate structure and the personal appearance and ambassador and ownership side of it is one of progression and success. Attaching me to a brand has been proven to elevate a brand. Attaching me, giving me the opportunity to have a voice, be a part of the growing and the beginning to end, it shows that we'll both come out way ahead. When you look at Fabletics, there wasn't Fabletics Men. I launched Fabletics Men. Fabletics Men is an amazing brand, but I didn't sign up because it was just an amazing brand. I signed up because I wanted to help you grow the brand. I'm committed to that thing. So I don't have the luxury of going out and fucking off. Like, I don't have that. I don't have the luxury of the bad view.
I feel like even if you did, you just probably still wouldn't chill with Mike at 4 a.m. in Brisbane.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
First of all, I don't think he meant it like he won't chill with me. I think he's not going to be there.
No, that's what I meant. No, that's what I meant.
No, Mike, I just feel like bad things are happening at 4 a.m. with you. Like in any environment. I feel like you at 4 a.m. doesn't seem like
4 a.m. Mike's
filled with good decisions.
No.
2 p.m. Mike is not the best decision.
But I will say though, from the stand-up perspective, you know, if I could in the perfect world, this last special, I'm very edgy. I gave glimpses of old, right? I didn't go crazy, but I went crazy enough to have people go, oh, wow, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that that's my forte and that's the world that I'm embarking on or that I want to stay, you know, true to. It just means that every once in a while giving a reminder is cool, but for the bigger picture, for the bigger scheme and the bigger idea of the business that I'm in, I want and need families, households on a global level. I mean, Heart House, I now got a fucking fast food chain.
Yeah.
Like,
We wanted to talk about it.
No meat. You made the burger without meat.
plant-based fast food chain.
Are you a big plant guy?
I'm a plant-based guy when I want to be a plant-based guy. I'm not like plant-based or else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, yeah, it's this or die, motherfucker. If I catch you with any meat in your hand, it's over for you.
No, I was talking about it before you came in. So I'm making a joke about it. But obviously, like I feel like everything that you do is positioned in the future trajectory of an industry or vertical. Everybody knows that soy and plant-based are a big part of the future as health and wellness becomes a major, perspective and growth space, right? And so like I completely understand your positioning there. Well, I just have my own burger shop.
Take out this, right? Listen, let's take out the health and wellness part of it. I'm gonna give you a different understanding and you're gonna go, wow, this makes sense.
Yep.
Remove health and wellness. I don't even discuss health and wellness when I talk about the plant-based fast food chain Heart House, right? I discuss the option. What I found as a person that dabbled in the space of plant-based, when I went to a fast food chain, I had the option of getting one sandwich. It was one burger on the menu. And when you go to a restaurant, you may see 4 or 5. There was a limited amount of things to choose from for this particular customer. And what I said to myself is, I was like, damn, man, it'd be dope to have the option. Like when I pull up and I see the McDonald's, the Wendy's, the Burger King, etc., right? And all these places are great. People love them. They've been there for years. I said, how dope would it be to just have an option? Not to say everybody go eat there, but if people wanted to try it, you can try it, love it, and still love what you love. Like there is no world of commitment that comes with an option. Life is about options. So I said, if I can be the first to market with the plant-based fast food chain that serves as an option, it's a burger, a double burger, a chicken sandwich, and a spicy. Tater tots and fries. It's simple. It's nothing crazy. It's not like I'm on some groundbreaking shit. It's just good food, and people go, oh, that's dope. Then I got the option. I'm not selling you the idea of a false presentation of anything outside of that. And the success is growing because people were just like, yo, that's dope as hell that this is here because I didn't know where I could get something like this. And if I do like plant-based food and I do want to like enjoy fast food, why can I enjoy it at the same level that the people that go and get fast food enjoy that on the regular? Yeah. Why can't I have the same thing?
You filled a hole in the market.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because there really was no, like, I won't name them obviously because they're comps, but like there were some other options, but they weren't like the same style. Like you couldn't roll in there, get a guaranteed product that you knew you were going to like, blah, blah, so on and so forth. So I respect it.
You don't name them. I would because I wouldn't name them in a manner where I'm shitting on them. I think anybody that embarks in the space of business is doing it because of the original idea, and it's always a good idea. As you do it, you discover things, and then you shape, mold into the thing that it has to now be. I think that nobody's not necessarily doing it wrong. Some people have done it just to where mistakes have been highlighted, right? But it's a market that's growing.
Who are the comps? Is it like Veggie Grill and shit like that?
In this space, Slutty Vegan. I know Slutty Vegan's doing a great job. They were in Atlanta, and I'm a fan of Slutty Vegan. Have been amazing.
Now, is that a girl?
Yes, it's a woman that owns it.
I feel like there's a ton of those in LA.
There's
not the restaurants.
I don't know. I know that in Brooklyn, I think she opened some. I know in Atlanta, she's been doing great business. But I love that it's just a business that's promising and growing. Like where people really sometimes tend to think that there's only room for one thing, right? There's only room for one thing.
Yeah.
Look, you got your prime in your hand. I don't give two shits.
Well, they told me I couldn't set it on the table.
But listen, it doesn't matter.
Can I?
Who cares? Like,
it's okay?
Yeah, but like, what?
Do
they think we're going to fight?
Do not.
But do they think we're going to fight?
I don't know. I was told.
No, they want to fight.
Listen, but that's my point. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you are building a foundation that stands, and yet people are responding to it. That's dope as shit.
So I can't put it on the table?
I don't care.
He's not saying yes.
I'm going to do it.
I would. Put it on this. Put it on this table. This one. See, not that one.
This is the context and what I'm speaking on that acts as a problem in today. What is wrong? There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't know. I was told I couldn't put it on the table.
In a business of brands, in a business of just like commerce, people act as if they're going to be one.
It's true. Gary Vaynerchuk put this in a very nice context that I love. Everyone thinks it's an or world. It's this or that. Why can't it be an and world?
It can.
And this and that.
But that only exists for the people that process that. For the people that process and understand, like, we're telling two different stories. Your story behind your product is different from mine. I love your story. I love the fact that y'all two did it together. Hey, man, I'm rooting for you.
Thanks, man.
The world of what I'm doing with C4 and my reason behind that is a completely different thing. Where we're going in business and our trajectory and product is a completely different thing. So, yes, you share the same space and the overall title.
Sort of.
But you don't, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where I find comfort. I find comfort in understanding that world.
Let me ask you, though, do you ever feel like you've diluted yourself? Because you do so much. And do you feel like you've spread yourself
Not as many
too
as Snoop
thin?
Dogg.
Well,
Not as many as Snoop Dogg.
No, but
Think about it, right?
I feel like you're super hands-on with all. You're a partner to all the products you just.
Oh, I don't know the word of Snoop, right? But when you say, I love that Snoop is Snoop and has been Snoop, and I love anybody that still is a conversation after 20 plus years.
Sure,
Crazy.
totally.
Right?
Crazy.
where I look to shine and where I don't look at it or have ever looked at it in the space of dilution. If you looked at what the quote unquote idea of diluting yourself is, I mean, you know, it would be after doing a certain amount of movies in a year or 2 years, or shows, or stand-up and movies, or TV stand-up movies and a campaign. Like if you get into that space, or you can look up and you go, damn, man, it's been like 12 years. I kind of been doing it all. And the thing that we forget, you're in a business that's not promised. At the end of the day, if you're a work for hire and they decide not to hire you no more, you're just not hired.
Yeah.
If you built nothing. Now, if you are a work for hire, and while being a work for hire, you build your likeness, and that likeness gets you into the rooms where opportunities exist to make you a partner, owner, investor, face, and those ideas and those concepts take you to a space of future opportunities to invest, build. Well, now, if you're a part of things that have worked, things that look and now show success, it's all built off of a real resume. So you're no longer a work for hire, you're a proof of concept.
Yep.
And that concept allows you to build and build more. So you're not diluting when you're building. If I was just the guy that's a work for hire on all these brands, then it would be different. I'm an owner.
Respect.
I'm an investor.
I see.
So when I choose to give my likeness, it's because I believe in the thing and I want to see the thing get to the next stage of success. I can remove myself at any point. But if the thing that we're talking about, and it's come from a conversation internally, and we have now made the decision that it's best to ignite or curate a campaign based around, well, then let's go get. I'm also at a point, because of all these relationships, where I can create the next one.
Yeah.
Yo, man, you know what? I've been traveling a lot. I want to find a luggage company that I can go invest in and honestly give myself to in a way that I haven't yet, because traveling connects the dots with everything else.
I buy it. I love luggage.
Now, how do you fucking get all these people in a room and then get all these people to do business together? How do you get them to do business with you under your umbrella and do it together? That's the difference. That's where you're talking about the bigger side of thinking and the bigger concept that some can't see because they only look at the work for hire aspect. I don't look at that. That's the ground floor. That's the entry level.
You know what's one I was surprised when you launched was your tequila.
Gran Cormino.
Yeah, I was just so curious because tequila is at least what I thought. Like Dwayne, has that space. I feel like
He's doing a very good job.
yeah,
Terramana
is doing great.
What is it?
It's called Terramana. Is Dwayne's?
His is called Terramana. DJ's been around, I think, probably for like, I want to say maybe 4.5 years. Is it? Top of 20, right?
So I was just curious because he had been crushing in the space, and then out of nowhere you launched one like you didn't look at the mountain that was Dwayne Johnson's empire. And I know you guys are tight, and then the tequila that was working and go, damn, this is a competitive space with like a friend of mine who I know is power. Like I'm gonna let him have that. You attacked it still.
Well, you have to have an understanding, like they're not one and the same, right? And when you think about the world of alcohol, how big is the world and how far is the outreach for alcohol in success, right? If you're talking about billions of people and you feel like you can create a product that will get the return and engagement because of the quality and taste, then that means you are in the game. Now, if you just throw your name on something, well, it's a shit show for you. So I chose not to throw my name on something. What I did was I went the opposite way. I went and found the best partner that tequila could provide. Juan Domingo Beckman, the biggest distributor when it comes to tequila in the world. The guy comes from like 11 generations of success. He's Jose Cuervo, Dobel. I mean, the umbrella of product created underneath him, his distillery. He has done so much. I flew to him. I want to do this, but I want to do it correctly. I want to partner with you. I want to put real skin in the game. And I want us to sit across from each other and say we equally share the same investment and we equally want the same thing. I'm not looking for the opportunity of exit. I'm looking for the opportunity of mirroring your longevity. How do I get to a space where Gran Cormino can basically be generations of? How do I create that for my family? Well, I do it by attaching myself to somebody who's done it right. So I went and fucking took 4 years to develop. It took me 4 years to develop my tequila. Our Cristalino was first. I did Cristalino because I said, right now within culture, the idea and understanding attached to Cristalino isn't clear. People don't know what it is. People think of Cristalino as a Blanco. You don't know that it's a premium tequila that's available. That premium tequila that's available is at a price point that most couldn't afford. The ones that were not at that price point, people have no desire or want to even touch it on the shelf because they don't know what it is. Oh my God, what if I take that premium price point, bring it down to an affordable price point as my entry? That's my entry version of tequila. But if my taste is actually at the premium level, and then my definition and my reason and my story is interesting enough, I can grab them because it's good. You know what? Let's figure out how to grab them. Well, why don't we mirror it with what we feel everybody is like a part of and what everybody can basically relate to? Hard work. Hard work, and when you do work hard, or you do have something that you're working towards, well, that's like a journey. How do you celebrate hard work? How do you celebrate your journey? That's what I want this to be about. How do I bring everybody to the same table and we all are celebrating different versions of our success? Because everybody's wins are different. Got it.
Are you the hardest working man in Hollywood, or is it Hugh Jackman?
The Rock, Mark Wahlberg,
David Blaine.
I don't think there's a such thing.
Ice Cube.
I don't think there's a such thing because, you know, the hardest working person in Hollywood can sit at the top of said entertainment company and they're navigating the investors that have all invested into the studio to help make the movies, and the bottom line's got to be met, and if we don't, then we're underneath, and like
I see.
Everybody's on a different landscape.
Are you the hardest, smartest working man in Hollywood? You got to be up there, bro. You work
I
hard.
think I am a guy that's committed to doing the work. I'm one of the guys that are committed, guys or women. I'm one of the hard workers in this town, and not because I have to, but because I want to.
What time do you wake up at?
4:30, 5
Oh, because Mark Wahlberg wakes up at 2. So what I think is he's
Mark
already got
Wahlberg,
3 hours on you before you even get out of
Let me tell you
bed.
something. Mark.
That's why Bow Wow got that role.
I don't-
Dude.
you
I'm
know
gonna be
what?
honest with you, bro.
You know what,
Because
Mark,
Bow
I
Wow gets
can't-
up at like 3.
I can't call bullshit on Mark because we did a movie together and Mark was up early, but he did get sleepy around 3 p.m. Yo,
See, I can't have that. I can't
around
get
3
sleepy.
p.m. he disappears. So that nap time could be
Bro,
kicking
I've
in.
read that like 24-hour breakdown of his day. It's fucking crazy.
Mark is
bro.
a very committed, systematic guy.
But some of the hours were just like strange. Like it would be like workout starts 6 a.m.
I see that would just piss me off.
9:15 a.m. prayer. I'm like, you did a 3 hour and 15-minute
That was
workout.
probably during a timeline where he was trying to achieve something. So from this time to this time,
Yeah, well
here's
said.
going to be my schedule.
Well
like
said.
that's not Mark. That schedule doesn't exist for his 24-hour period. I mean, that's
Right.
But this is what I mean. How literal the world takes stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he's only spending 16 minutes with his kids. What a dick!
Hey, was that me? That looks
it's
like what I did,
He's,
dude. I
like,
did the same
he's a guy.
That's
it was
crazy.
probably for a certain period of time, and you know he did it for, you know, Mark he's also a fitness lover too. You know what I mean? Like he trains really hard. He has
That's
his
how he like
gyms.
energizes.
And I think-
it's like Nick Cannon probably energizes through having kids.
Well, I think those are two different things, and I'm not sure that. You know,
Yo, how many kids does he have now? More or less than Elon?
I
He
don't
got
know.
like what 20?
No,
No,
10 plus.
he's got 12.
10 plus.
He's got
I
12.
respect the spread of the seed. I
He's got
respect
12.
it. I respect
Imagine how many like grandkids there will be.
it. Put it this way. Nick Cannon is the modern day Genghis Khan.
I don't know what does that mean? Who's Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan.
It's not said disrespectfully. I really don't know.
He's
no,
like a
he was a-
dictator,
yeah,
wild
no, he's a-
dictator.
Mongolian
Yeah.
warlord back in
Yeah.
the, I want to say 1200s. Fact check me. But he you know
Oh,
man's
I'll fact check you.
man's
Let me go look up.
when was Genghis Khan?
Oh yeah, 1200s. Our show here at 1208.
1206.
This show sucks, man.
Genghis Khan was the first leader of the Mongol Empire. Listen, but the man spread a seed. The man spread a seed.
I think Nick is, if you talk to Nick is a very smart guy. Nick is a guy who has a good heart, good head on his shoulders, and stands on the ground that he creates. So, you know, I don't have a perception overview. Like I love Nick to death. That's another one of my guys, and talking
Why do you
to
keep
him.
making that
He
noise?
did not have the same stuff to say about you.
Nick did again. It's the second
So
one
much
ever.
ego squeezed into such a small
Jesus
man.
Christ, did Nick say that?
He makes us call him Mr. Hart. I mean, we
Son of a
can't look him
bitch.
in the eye.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
I mean, bro, I feel like your perceptions of some of these people in your circle are just way off, bro.
Damn it, Nick! I really thought you had my back.
But at least in your inner circle, I love the way you elevate your friends.
Yes.
You know, like the day ones.
Yes.
And I see you on Instagram buying your boys cars and stuff.
Yes.
And you're very generously sharing your success. And I think it's fucking awesome, dude.
I think it's a lonely road at the top. And if you have people that are lucky enough or fortunate enough to be a part of the journey with you that, you know, you can put in positions to win, those are the dopest examples of like real success to me. It's like how many people around you are not benefiting from the give, but benefiting from the create. Like what are we creating? What did you take advantage of and build? What did you put into action? And how were we able to do said things? Like, you know, I think that's one of the biggest pieces to my success, man, is the fact that we can say that we're still around each other. Granted, you know, there's your good days, bad days. We're brothers, so you're gonna have that. But that thing is still there, and we've grown from boys to men. You know, we like from households, families, kids, homes. Like it's crazy when we sit back now and think about how far we've come. We've been on the road for 19 years, 20 years, same group. And we've been friends before the road presented itself. What happens when you're close friends and you're like really, really close? The idea of challenge, it starts to appear more than like not. Like, you know, because if one person is at the top, you find yourself delegating or talking a lot. And over the course of time, to your friends, to your brothers, they build up a thing where like they don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
And you don't know shit. You don't know what you think you know, and sometimes fuck you. And I'm gonna show you that you don't know, and I'm gonna go do this shit and make this shit better. Cause he don't need, and sometimes like that thing, it just festers and they have to happen for you know, for there to be an overall resetting of respect and appreciation. And what you realize is that you don't say we respect each other all the time. We don't say we love you all the time or whatever. And over the course of time, when that doesn't happen, there's like an overview of assumption. And that assumption can be the positive side or the negative side. And sometimes when it's negative, the bullshit brews. So what you're talking about sounds like the brewing of some bullshit.
Oh, no, I was just wondering. It has nothing to do with anything. I was just wondering.
Right. Oh, okay, got it.
We've
I hope one day that I can be as generous with my friends as you have been with yours, like everyone except Mike. And I'll tell you why.
How dare you?
I'm just kidding. Nah,
You know, like
I'm gonna make Michael happy.
Do you
How
give your
long-
friends
how long have you guys been
equity?
friends?
You give your friends equity in brands?
Yeah, they have things, not all my stuff, the things that they deserve
Yeah.
to have equity in.
I mean, when they work and they promote,
I
and all
don't
that
give
stuff,
any, I want to make this very clear. I don't give anything.
they aren't.
Yes, I want to make that very clear.
Yeah.
I'm not giving out rewards and giving out gifts. Like, that's only cool until you go, hey, look, this shit is stupid, right? Like, that has a time limit on it. So I haven't given out gifts that haven't been earned in a long time. The things that they're in position to have and build on, they've created. And, you know, there's some that create more than others, and there's some that are fine with the space of creating that they're in. But they're maximizing those opportunities. That's not coming like I don't have the bandwidth to think about ways to give you stuff. I'm not in that position in my life. And that would be selfish of them to act like I am.
For sure.
At this point. So
sure.
once again, it's what I was talking about the equal understanding and respect level that you need to table every once in a while and just make sure that we're all on the same front with.
Just a quick question: how long do we have him for? Because I know you. I think you got a time limit, right? And I don't want to keep you.
Let's
forever.
just say another 14 max. He's got a 6:30 hard out.
There you go.
That's what she was. She gave me that eye.
That's
Is
fine.
that in her eyes? Yeah.
Okay.
That's
fine. Because I mean, we could go forever, but yeah,
Well, there's just so much, bro.
maybe another
There's
like 5 to 10.
I said 14, and we got an agreement. Why are you gonna dial it back?
I was just being nice. Listen,
You get far being nice in life. You're never nice to me.
Wow.
well, you don't. I'm not here to give you anything.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Giving you shit.
By the way,
Certain activities drain you
Yes.
one's energy. Certain other activities make you feel full. What is an activity that you do? Maybe non-work related. Where like, man, you walk a dog and you're like, that was cool. That was a good walk with that dog.
Go kart.
no, you know what I like, man? Honestly, I don't want go-kart. What?
I'm sorry.
Just a go
I just was
by
hoping-
yourself? Who's go-karting by themselves?
I'm really
Not
sorry.
even go karts
What was
or
this?
go kart.
What was this childhood? He said
Go-kart.
Go-kart. What?
I'm really
It's
sorry.
one go-kart? You're just like pushing it and jumping in it by yourself? I'm
Sorry.
Oh my God.
I really am sorry.
So besides go kart,
I love, dude. Honestly, my happy space is the gym.
Yes.
I really like the gym. I can be in the gym by myself in the morning, and I'm fine. Like I'm a 2-a-day guy. I'm fine.
dude, that's crazy.
I'm fine. Like I love it. Morning workout, afternoon cardio. I'm fine.
Trainer.
Music on, trainers there in the morning. Later on, I'm by myself. Music's on or not. TV show on the iPad while I'm on the treadmill. Sometimes, like, you know, if my wife is a little pissed, she'll let my little ones sit in the gym with me and they fuck it all up.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if I'm by myself, like I'm so good. Like it's my
Happy place.
yeah.
See, I would think that is an activity that drains you. Like you're expending a lot of energy physically, and then you got to be a dad too. Holy shit! To like what, 3 kids?
4
kids?
But what do you get? Like, it's a difference, right? Like, if your workout, if you're going into your workouts with the, I fucking gotta do this shit again,
Yeah,
right? It's different.
yeah.
But if you're getting up, you're like, fucking time to go. It's a different thing. Like I'm in the gym and I'm happy about being in the gym.
What's a workout you like?
I mean, I don't mind any of them.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't like. That's the thing. It's more. It's all mental for me.
You still have that trainer who like bullies you?
Well, boss, yeah, he doesn't bully me. But yes, boss.
He's a big guy.
Boss is a very big guy.
Yeah. He feels angry to me every time I come around him.
Fucking complete opposite.
Really?
Complete opposite. Now, boss used to be more of a high, but he's a complete different guy, man. Completely different guy. Like, very smart guy. That's an example of a guy that's turned into like a business mind, a businessman over the course of years. Like, you know, but a relationship that proves itself, just like the rest of the friends, like that whole group, that whole PCB group, like these relationships are proven. And over the course of years, everybody has progressed and gotten better, man. And
You got an acronym?
Plastic Cup Boys,
Oh yeah.
PCBs, Plastic Cup Boys. That's what we started off when we were younger, because we said
you got an
everybody
acronym?
that has a plastic cup is having a good time.
You guys got
You
an
go to
acronym?
picnics.
Got a goddamn acronym.
Everything with him is not like it's like the Logan Paul, like LPG. Like, are you in the Logan Paul grade? It's all him. You know what I'm saying? It's not. There's no plastic cups.
Yeah.
That's you know what I'm saying? Like yours seems much more
That's
democratized.
not true. You can't be drinking or smoking or partying right now with the output you're doing.
No,
Yes.
not right now. Not right now.
You ever take bender breaks?
No, I'm not a bender guy.
Were you?
But I mean, like, if you're talking like drinking and having your crazy like days where you are going crazy with the drinking, then yeah, I mean, I'm 43 now, so it's not I just want to make a very clear thing. It's different when you get older. The recovery from drinking is not the same. Yeah. So you're scaling back, not because you're a prude, but because physically you can't keep doing that.
Can't hang no more.
Not at that level. Not getting on the plane, getting off the plane, and you throwing them back every night. No shot. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that shit start to age you, man.
Yeah.
You start to look fucked up. Like, I've been around some people that's like 28. Oh, you 28? God damn. Yeah. No, like you get to a point where you're just a little more conscious of just how you're taking care of yourself. And by the way, like in drinking, like you can drink. There's ways to drink, but you don't have to be on the excessive side of it after a certain point. So I think the years where you're supposed to do that and enjoy it, go, by all means, do it.
I'm glad you said that, because you said earlier as well, exceed expectations. And I try to make it a point to exceed my own expectations with how much I could drink.
Okay.
And that often leads to me just, going a little too hard.
But you're young now. What are you? How old are you?
12.
What are you?
28.
28? Yeah, you under 30. What are you talking about? These are the years where you're supposed to
I'm
do
almost
that.
done. I'm chilling. I'm hanging out right
Yeah,
now.
listen, you're not doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You're not doing nothing wrong.
I think some people would find exception.
No, I don't, man. Like, do you understand? There is no blueprint for success.
Yeah.
There's no book. Man, you talk about it like they don't give you shit. So you figured out in real time how to handle your version of success. And by the way, there's not a lot of people that can relate to the fucking version that you're seeing in real time. There's not a lot of people that can relate to the version of partying that you're seeing in real time. There's not a lot of people that have the access to the world of access that you have in real time. So everybody's opinion doesn't matter because they can't see the same thing.
Yeah.
They weren't in the same position. So you got to be able to check yourself and go, all right, let me pull back a little bit. This is getting a lot. Like, I ain't going to be around too long if this is it.
Keep living like this.
Hey, man, look, also at some point, my only piece of advice is just look at the motherfuckers around you that are part of that, like, party, not like your closest friends. I'm saying the other people.
Look at me, you live in Puerto Rico. You live on an island.
I'm saying
nowhere
the other
near
people.
You drove me there.
Don't.
I left LA because of you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I'm saying
look what you started, Kevin Hart.
Look at the
Look what
people.
you started.
And then you got to start to like look at where those. All right, let me just start to look and see the meter and the lives on the meter around me, and am I fucking like going down?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
Like you got to at one point,
100%.
you got to see that, and as long as you're privy to that, then you'll be okay to whatever decision you make, as long as you're not oblivious to that.
We didn't really get to talk about any of the like downsides, the rises to stardom, like getting booed off stages, your relationship with your father. We didn't get to talk about any of that stuff. Now shut up. All we talked about was all the good stuff, the business. I'm a billionaire. Me and Dwayne Rock Johnson are best friends. Like, bro, what I'm saying is this, bro. It's been a bragathon, Kevin Hart bragathon. Yo, welcome to the bragathon. What I'm saying is this. Do you have any message to the people right now who are trying some new shit, who are getting booed off the stage, who are scared to write their first book, who are, scared to get on a track and sing a song and do something that they're passionate about because they got anxiety or they're stressed out or they're scared or they're not confident enough? You got a message as someone who did go through the trials and tribulations of getting big.
Well, first thing, accountability is huge, right? And when I say that, I'm referring to the questions being asked every day, right? Like you have to take accountability. Okay?
I'm so sorry, dude.
And the path of this amazing conversation ultimately is navigated by those that are directing.
Yeah, facts.
So at some point, the accountability has to go.
I took offense to what
You are right. You are right.
To what you said.
You are right. We asked you so many business questions. God dang.
Fuck, man.
Fuck.
So,
We botched it, dude.
with that being said, I will say the piece of information that I would give to anybody coming up is, man, it's so dope to struggle and do bad. It's not a bad thing, man. It's so dope to not have it figured out and work to figure it out. It's so dope to have a reason to get up and go at it every day. It's a fucking great feeling. Do not underestimate the good and the search and find, right? It's if it was that easy, oh my God, it's like there's no story behind it. And fucking life without stories is boring. I don't want to live in a life where I can't tell stories or hear stories. Like that's not cool to me. I would much rather work, figure it out, and then be able to say, oh my God, what was crazy is like when we didn't have it figured out and we fucking almost lost it twice, and then we got to go and do it. But thank God we made the deal, because that deal ended up saying, like, you need that. Or, oh my God, yo, when I was first bombing on stage, I thought about quitting, but I didn't, because the guy that was in the bathroom, when I was taking a shit, he was talking to me in the other stall, and he was like, man, I'm nervous about going on. He didn't even want to go up. And it made me like, damn, he in here bitching about going up. I did go up. Fuck that. I ain't gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna go. Like, you need the things to like use as fuel and fire to go on. So embrace the boo, embrace the bomb, embrace the fail. And when you talk to people that don't have any of them, I ask you to really check and see like how real those conversations are. They exist for us all, from the biggest of the big to the smallest of the small.
It's so hard to hear that when you're in the trenches and you're scared or you're hurt or you're broke or you're fucking fucked up on drugs, whatever it is. Yeah. But it's just so important to have those back against the wall moments. They define your life. They become what you take with you for the rest of your days on this planet. They make you who you are.
Everybody has a different version of one. And they don't all need to be the same. Everybody has a different version of one. Everybody doesn't need to be homeless. Everybody doesn't need to be broke in the story. Everybody doesn't need to be on drugs in the story. Everybody has a different version of the thing. The different version, from the billionaire father that gave me the money and I fucked off the money, had to go back to my parents again. We all look at that as shut the fuck up, but we don't know what that household's like and the level of embarrassment that it is for one to go and fuck up you don't know those things. Like, we don't know the meter and the range of feeling attached to that meter. Just like some don't know the one attached to drugs or living out your car or, you know, fucking not having electricity, etc. Everybody's story and meter is different. So I don't knock anybody's. I don't judge, look down, or frown upon. I embrace them all. And I hope and pray that the opportunities are still in front of me and are in arm's reach, because I'm still working to do things, and I still love discovering what else I can do. And ultimately, at this point, it's bigger than me. It's about the foundation of what will be under the umbrella of, and what the last name will be for years after me, and what jobs will be created, what economic holes will be filled, what communities where I come from will be able to operate and manage differently than what they did in the past. Like, it's a bigger conversation, a bigger one, a bigger goal. And, you know, if I get there, great. If I fail trying. You gotta look at it in the best way possible. Ultimately, it's life. Make the best of it.
Respect, Kevin Hart. I got one more question before you go. Just why you wearing sunglasses? We're inside.
I always wear them when I like do the podcast and stuff, because y'all light these things as if there's no fucking light in the room. It's like you
it is
you
bright
use
as fuck.
the strongest fucking lights.
So
and,
bright.
And then you look up and you look at this shit and it looks like I got a lazy eye or something's bad.
All right.
And it goes bad. So when you fucking have the glasses on, like, oh my God, look at it. Look at this shit. Look at this. So you doing this shit the whole... Looks like I'm trying to be Robert De Niro. Yeah, so that's when I said, so what did I tell you the other year? Was it, Kevin's on cocaine. No, I'm not. They got fucking 7 goddamn chicken heating lights. It's too much.
All right. No,
He should hit Heartbeat 2023 real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Heartbeat 2023. What is it? Where is it? And who is in
Good question.
Who's involved?
Great question.
You really picked it up.
Do you like go-karts?
After the go-kart question, you really picked it up.
Just
Mike.
crushing it.
Heartbeat. In a perfect world, you know, we are an independent studio now. We are a partner to so many. You know, creating, developing IP. that's putting us in a position to grow, to scale, and be a part of the bigger conversations that are happening today. So from the world of television, scripted, unscripted, film, TV, literature, advertising, we are a full circle. And within the circle, I can only hope that we continue to grow, we continue to onboard amazing talent, creative talent, and be responsible for the new faces of tomorrow, right? Nothing would make me happier than launching the next stars, right? Or giving the platform for these stars to be seen, or their material to be read, or the opportunity for the new director to direct. Like, ultimately within Heartbeat, it's how am I making it a cool thing again to discover the new? Because we forgot that. It's attaching ourselves to the things and the people that we know work, because that's where the business makes sense. But there was a time where the conversation of your new comic, your new face, male and female, whatever, was one that people focused on a little more. So in our business, we really are driving towards getting back to the times of old that were just forgotten in the days of new. And if we do it correctly, we'll have a lot of success. I'm excited about the projects we got on the way, tons of them. And these are inside of myself and outside of myself. So 2023 will be bright. 2024 will be brighter.
Let's go. Kevin Hart, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, man.
Bro,
Good job,
Kev, thanks
guys.
for coming on this podcast.
Good job, man.
That was so much fun, man.
No, man, I appreciate you guys ending it on a positive note.
Yes, sir.
Keep going, dude. Like,
Trying.
I love that, it's just undefined. And I love what you're doing in the WWE. I love what you're doing here within podcasts. I can only cross my fingers and see what you do next, right? And I think that you're a great example just of like how dope this generation is in creating what the fuck the version of next is that they want it to be.
Thank you, man.
Like, that's a dope thing. So keep groundbreaking, keep doing what you're doing and putting your guys in positions to win as well.
Yes, sir.
But a lot of people are watching. So it's not just me, man.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people are watching.
Don't fuck it up.
All right.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit that freaking subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Peace. Before you leave, can I have you look at that camera? Just give a couple different facial expressions.
Do one without nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna move this mic.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah, there you go. just and you can smile. You can squint. This one. Wrong camera.
Yeah, open your eyes.
Camera, Kevin. No, Kevin. No. Just the one to your left. It's to your left. Just son of a fucking. It's just this one with the good looking. Yeah. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. No, that's good. Yeah, we got it.
Hit the like button right there.
Yeah, that's good. We're gonna run all that.